Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining me for Chronicles in Collecting, where I'm going to open the Robot Spirits EMS TC02 Phantom Gundam from Mobile Suit Crossbone Gundam. Crossbone Gundam was a 53-chapter manga that ran from 2012 to 2016. This figure came out in April 2021 and was a premium Bandai exclusive that was not released in the US and retailed for 10,000 yen or about $90 US at the time. So I've not really read a lot of the Gundam mangas, so I'm not super familiar with the story that the Phantom Gundam is from, but it looks super cool, so I figured I'd pick it up. It's actually one of the first figures that I picked up, but I kind of never got around to opening it. So let's check it out. So a lot of really cool effects parts. That's sort of what kind of led me to getting it initially. Obviously it looks really cool. It's got these, like, you know, skulls and stuff on it, so obviously that's huge. Love this color. You know, this is a regular Robot Spirits, but it definitely does feel a little bit more premium than like a typical Robot Spirits. You know, probably not quite as nice as the version Ka or the heavy paint specifications, but very nice. Kind of look at some of the detailing. Color-wise, it's pretty basic. Just got this green, white, and a few kind of accents of red there. So let's stand this guy up, and he does not come with a stand, so you'll need to bring your own there. And now let's take a look at some of these accessories. So these are these kind of like cool like hand beam effects, and you can see that the hands are actually part of them. So you got one of those for each. I think this is probably the coolest. This, you know, just like flaming kind of skull thing, kind of reminds you of like Ghost Rider or something like that. Certainly hope to be able to use that. I guess we'll just continue to go through. So again, I think it kind of just has like an armor mode, you know, where it's got all these, you know, flame effects parts. So and there's two of all of these. I'm just obviously looking at one, but they're pretty much, if not exactly, the same thing. Oops. Take a look at this guy. And then, yeah, take a look at this. And it also has like a transformation mode where it transforms into some sort of like fighter. Here's its sword, you know, pretty basic beam saber, and you know, some little daggers, a gun, an alternate head. Take a look at that a little closer, so you can kind of see it's got the kind of gold accents there on the head, so that's pretty cool. And then, kind of as typical, a bunch of hand parts and stuff like that. Anyway, so I'm going to take a look at this guy, try posing him in a few different positions, and I'll be back in a few minutes with some final thoughts. All right, and we are back. Let's get this guy on the rotating stand while I give some final thoughts. So there's a few negatives about this guy and then a lot of positives. And before I get into that, there is a transformation sequence, which I did not do. I believe that the Ghost Gundam is going to have a similar transformation sequence, so I'll do that later this week when I take a look at that figure. As far as bad things, and if you've seen any of my Metal Robot Spirits, you've probably heard this complaint before, but there's no peg, there's just like a little adapter. I'll say that the adapter is better than the ones that are on the Metal Robot Spirits because there's actually a little like little peg that kind of clicks into place, and sort of once I got it in there, it wasn't too bad. But definitely, you know, definitely still maybe a little bit of room for improvement there, though I think that the Metal Robot Spirits line could take a lesson from this. Other kind of negative is so you got to do a lot of replacement of these like little pieces to get in the parts for all the flames. Some of them were a little harder than others, so it did take quite a while to kind of get this all together, but it wasn't like super frustrating, and there was not really a point where I thought something was like gonna break, so it wasn't, you know, too bad. As far as positives, really love this figure. I think it looks really cool with kind of all the different flame effects, lots of different weapons. You know, there's basically two of these. There's another sword, there's a gun. I actually think this looks great even without the flame effects parts. I think it looks even better with the flame effects part. Really nice finish. And, you know, just a really good figure, good posability, good quality control, you know, good paint good separation, nice detailing, and really, like I said, other than the peg, no real major complaints. Anyway, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, I'd really appreciate a like or subscribe, and if you didn't, tell me about it in the comments. If there's something you want to see either with this figure or another figure, let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do. I do anime reviews on Mondays. This season I'm doing a Main Warrior at the Borderline, and I do figure reviews on Wednesdays and Fridays. Thanks so much and keep collecting.